كلمة apply 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 وتعني أن يتقدم بطلب أو أن يطبق. For example, I need to apply for a new job. I need to apply for a new job. My passport has expired. I have to apply for a new one. My passport has expired. I have to apply for a new one. The company will apply a new policy next month. The company will apply a new policy next month. كلمة appoint 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 وتعني أن يعين. For example, the company will appoint a new CEO next month. The company will appoint a new CEO next month. He was appointed as the project manager. He was appointed as the project manager. The president appoints the judges to the Supreme Court. The president appoints the judges to the Supreme Court. كلمة appointment 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 وتعني موعد. For example, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. You have to confirm your appointment before you come. You have to confirm your appointment before you come. She had to cancel her appointment because she was sick. She had to cancel her appointment because she was sick. كلمة appreciate 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 وتعني أن يقدر. For example, I really appreciate your help. I really appreciate your help. We appreciate all the hard work you have done. We appreciate all the hard work you have done. I appreciate your patience with this matter. I appreciate your patience with this matter. كلمة approach 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 وتعني منهج أو أسلوب أو طريقة. For example, we need a new approach to increase sales. We need a new approach to increase sales. What approach do you suggest we take? What approach do you suggest we take? His approach to solving problems is very effective. His approach to solving problems is very effective. كلمة approach 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 وتعني أن يتعامل مع أو أن ينتهج أسلوب معين. For example, you should approach the situation carefully. You should approach the situation carefully. We need to approach this problem with caution. We need to approach this problem with caution. How should we approach this issue? How should we approach this issue? كلمة appropriate 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 وتعني مناسب أو لائق. For example, it is important to wear appropriate clothing to a job interview. It is important to wear appropriate clothing to a job interview. This game is not appropriate for young children. This game is not appropriate for young children. It is not appropriate to speak loudly. It is not appropriate to speak loudly. كلمة approval 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 وتعني الموافقة. For example, we are waiting for the final approval from the committee. We are waiting for the final approval from the committee. Without official approval, the project cannot proceed. Without official approval, the project cannot proceed. The new laws need the king's approval. The new laws need the king's approval. كلمة approve 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 وتعني أن يوافق على. For example, the manager must approve your vacation request. The manager must approve your vacation request. Did your parents approve of your decision to study abroad? Did your parents approve of your decision to study abroad? The budget was finally approved after much debate. The budget was finally approved after much debate. كلمة approximately 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 وتعني تقريبا أو حوالي. For example, the project will take approximately 2 months to complete. The project will take approximately 2 months to complete. There were approximately 50 people at the meeting. There were approximately 50 people at the meeting. The cost is approximately $100. The cost is approximately $100. كلمة architect 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 وتعني مهندس معماري. For example, an architect is responsible for the safety of the buildings. An architect is responsible for the safety of the buildings. She wants to become an architect in the future. She wants to become an architect in the future. She consulted an architect before buying the old house. She consulted an architect before buying the old house. كلمة architecture 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 وتعني الهندسة المعمارية أو فن العمارة. For example, he has a degree in architecture. He has a degree in architecture. The architecture of the building is stunning. The architecture of the building is stunning. The museum shows images of Islamic architecture. The museum shows images of Islamic architecture. كلمة area 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 وتعني منطقة. For example, we live in a quiet area of the city. We live in a quiet area of the city. The hotel is located in a commercial area. The hotel is located in a commercial area. This area is known for its excellent parks. This area is known for its excellent parks. كلمة argue 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 وتعني أن يجادل. For example, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue with you. The lawyer argued that his client was innocent. The lawyer argued that his client was innocent. Let's not argue in front of the children. Let's not argue in front of the children. كلمة argument 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 وتعني جدال أو حجة. For example, there is no point in having an argument. There is no point in having an argument. During the debate, each side presented his arguments clearly. During the debate, each side presented his arguments clearly. Their argument was overheard by everyone in the office. Their argument was overheard by everyone in the office. كلمة arise 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 وتعني أن ينشأ أو أن يظهر. For example, as the project progressed, difficulties started to arise. As the project progressed, difficulties started to arise. Disagreements often arise in discussions. Disagreements often arise in discussions. Conflicts often arise from miscommunication. Conflicts often arise from miscommunications. كلمة arm 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 وتعني ذراع. For example, he broke his arm while playing football. He broke his arm while playing football. My arm hurts me when I try to lift things. My arm hurts me when I try to lift things. The doctor advised him to make a scan for his arm. The doctor advised him to make a scan for his arm. كلمة armed 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 وتعني مسلح. For example, he entered the building armed with a knife. He entered the building armed with a knife. The guards are armed at all times. The guards are armed at all times. The police were looking for an armed suspect. The police were looking for an armed suspect. كلمة army 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 وتعني الجيش. For example, he served in the army for 10 years. He served in the army for 10 years. The army is responsible for the country's defense. The army is responsible for the country's defense. The army provided aid during the natural disaster. The army provided aid during the natural disaster. كلمة around 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 وتعني حول. For example, we walked around the park. We walked around the park. Look around and tell me what you see. Look around and tell me what you see. The earth rotates around the sun. The earth rotates around the sun.